Welcome back to Patch Preview. We have the July 3rd update and maintenance info, which marks the end of the anniversary and the start of what looks like a Ragnarok update. So starting off is a brand new unit. We have the God of War tier, which everyone is calling a festival, even though we just had that. So let's take a look at his kit and see what makes him so strong. So first off, skill 1 is going to be a single target pierce attack. Skill 2 is an AoE weak point. Okay, that's like Wedding Bryn right there. And then his ultimate increases attack-related stats of all allies by 5% and inflicts sever damage equal to 350 on all enemies. Okay. Well, I think normally sever is usually a single target ult. Most recently we had was Roxy, 3x crit chance on that, and then boosting attack-related stats. I don't know if any ult has really done that quite yet, so that's quite the buff. Scales based off ult level, so that's pretty big. His passive Merciless Strike at the start of the battle applies Berserk to applicable allies, and for 1 turn taunts all enemies. Okay, so applicable allies are going to be Ragnarok and Unknown, and then Berserk, when using skills, for every 1% missing HP, increase your attack by 1.5 up to 50%. And increases damage dealt with single target skills by 50%. That's quite the buff, so that's even more buffing. More attack and more single target damage. Alright. And then for every Ragnarok and Unknown, increase that ally's damage by 5% and Tyr's crit damage by 45. That's a pretty big buff. So this is just a flat out damage increase. So in PvP, right, this is like 15%. I guess in Guild Wars we're looking at 20, and then 45, 90. That's gonna be pretty high. His crit damage already starts at 190, so he's always critting. I don't think with this, with a base of 190 and a Rag or Unknown team with a scaling of 45 per applicable ally, I mean he's well over 350 crit damage. If he crits at all, it's going to be insane. That's a pretty high crit damage. Additionally, at the start of the ally's turn, applies 40% crit reduction for 1 turn on all enemies. Okay, so there is his debuff for his AoE weak point. So I mean, if he was with Bryn, that's a lot of defense-related stats down to hard-hitting weak points. The Rag team might be back in action, I'm not gonna lie. That seems pretty insane. Something like him with Sigurd and Bryn, maybe? Ragbon in the back, that's so much damage. And you can even spice it up with unknowns. So you can get, like, I don't know, some kind of attack buffers. Somebody with infect, like a Echidna, Nanashi in the back. I don't know, that sounds pretty spicy. Bind of God of War. Oh, so he's got a unity just like Roxy did. Increase the crit defense of applicable allies with this bind effect by 20 to 60%. Yeah, he definitely sounds insane. That's for sure. Let's see, so for new content, we have a new artifact set. Increase giant race allies damage dealt by N, and increases their defense related by X if they are debuffed. This sounds solely geared towards Scotty, and I wonder if they want to make a giant team a little more PvP viable by releasing an artifact set like this. I wonder if that also means maybe a new giant is coming out, maybe after tier, since it's sort of like a Rag month. New relics. So we have Light Liz and Freyr. Now I've already seen that the mats for these bad boys are going to be Nidd. Now they used to have a trend where it seemed like, you know, angels were going to be on the deer boss, because that's literally where every angel relic is. And if you look, Liz's relic, literally deer antlers. It's no denying that. But these are both going to be for Nidd. I think it would be a lot, you know, nicer if they split it up between races amongst the beasts, and then we would have a reason to farm the older beasts. But, you know, once you finish the relic list on a certain beast, you never need to go back. You built those units for one piece of content like it usually is, and then that's it. So if they would, you know, split it up amongst all the beasts and have give everyone a reason to do them all the time, that would make, I don't know, it would make it feel less of a burden on having to do, you know, Nidd, since that's where it seems like all the good relics are going to anyways, and it's like one of the harder bosses, so I don't know. Anyways, her relic increases her damage dealt, decreases her damage taken for every angel and sin, and then she's cleansing infect from everyone before her heal goes off. So it's not a full cleanse, it's only applying to infect, which is nice because if you manage to cuck her over by infecting her before the passive goes off, then half the passive is literally just gone. And then Freyr increases applicable allies, Ragnarok and Unknown, basic stats by 5%, and damage dealt with single target by 5%. So that sounds like a little bit of a tier-esque relic. Maybe Freyr and Tyr would be kind of crazy together. And the relic looks like it works in the sub-slot too, so definitely with him, that could be something. They're finally adding in the third section of the World Tree, so the memory of the Nether is unlocked. Go through all of these stages for gems, and then you'll be able to auto-skip ticket them. 88 a run at the last stage, and the shop contains the stones for each relic, plus LR coins. If for some reason you still don't have enough after, what, 40 free in the mail, and then Hero Arena, and then Labyrinth, LV, LR at this point is practically free, aside from, 800 5-star pots and, all the books and pendants it takes. But, at least they're giving it out, basically, like candy, for the coins at least. I wouldn't expect that with the next LR unit. That's probably going to be much, much more difficult to get. And then Tyr, obviously, is going to have his own outfits. Hairdo is weird. He's using a pipe here, which I think is weird. And then the pirate outfit goes pretty cool. That's pretty nice. And then they're releasing Tristan outfit after like a month. So, I mean, I don't know what that was about. Why did we wait? It's kind of weird. Especially with top 100 just going on. Like, I know the Angels is where Tristan kind of works the best. And I know that team wasn't the most viable. But, I mean, if Tristan had outfits, maybe there would have been a little more diversity there. But I guess better late than never, right? So, Tyr obviously has his tickets. You can summon on, buy a bunch of bundles. All these bundles look pretty much the same recycled bundles that are usually out whenever there's a new event. Cosmetic bundle looks like they added in gems, and then uptick them all by 50, added steps. Okay. So I think this is what everyone's been hoping for, is a Nidd nerf. So starting off on the first floor, phase 3, the demonic gauge has been reduced from 2 to 100, so killing him will be a lot faster. Floor 1 phase 3 gauge, now lowered by the same amount from all skills, including Pierce, which means you don't have to sit there and waiting for a gold Pierce merge on like Freya and Melee. Everything reduces the gauge by the same amount, so that definitely makes it a lot less RNG focused. Floor 2 phase 2 infect will be changed to a red debuff that lasts 1 turn, and I believe the old one was gray that lasted 2. And when did it happen again? I think it was when you removed, it was when you stance canceled and removed his gray buff, I believe, is when you got infected, or when you removed his counter. I think it was both of those. I'm pretty sure it's basically when you stance cancel he did it. There's been an improvement to the find friend function. I don't think anyone uses this. I think people just type in codes, but good for them. Ragnarok has a special check-in event, so log in all week, get some stuff. Okay, I feel like that's something they usually do when they add in a story, but I don't see anything about a Ragnarok story, so that's weird. It almost feels like a full Rag event if they would have added that in. Freya's golden gift card. Click on some cards, get rewards. Sometimes there's a ×2 for the main reward, and if you get it, I don't know, within like 10 tries, then you get double. The coins, or the keys, are literally everywhere. The coin shop exchangeable. This is where you'll get some of the cards for the artifact set, and then a bunch of pretty good rewards. Looks like Crocshell is returning 5 times a day. You can complete. Coin shop exchangeable. Clear count up to 12, and his event exchange shop has pretty standard stuff. More artifact card set. This looks like the Bryn outfit that Rose made. The contest winner, basically. You got to draw an outfit, and then most voted was in the game, so that's cool. And yeah, if you already own it, you just get the material, right? Purchase item will be converted to enhancement material. Yeah, okay. Everything else is pretty standard there. New battle event, Gila's Day Off for some pendants, just gems, and Snake Charmer for some enhancement stones and more gems. Pretty good. And then miscellaneous stuff. They are extending Bond's special dish period to the next update. So you get 1 week after to cook and use them. And then, whoa, they extended his banner to the 17th. Now, why did they do that? Grand Cross 4th Annie Festival Pickup. Interesting. That's Bond, isn't it? He's the 4th Annie. And it's not anything special like Tristan. That's weird. Why are they extending that? They feel like I don't know. It got extended. That's what matters. But yeah, looks like that is everything for this Ragnarok update.